Friends, Professor Brahma Singh Horticulture Foundation, BSHF, a not-for-profit organization, and myself welcome you all to the talk number 8 of this series named as 4H, Urban Horticulture for Health and Happiness. BSHF is thankful to Bayer Seminis to sponsor this webinar series. I welcome co-organizer Dr. Shailendra Rajan, former director, ICAR CISH Lucknow. I am happy to welcome Dr. Pritam Kalyan, ICR Rafi Ahmed Kidwai Awardee, former head Division of Vegetable Science and coordinator School of Horticulture Science, ICR IARI New Delhi, as co-organizer and speaker today. He is going to speak on Nutraceutical vegetable health benefits and their urban prospects. Thanks to Dr. Pritam Kalyan for having agreed to deliver webinar today. Friends, at present, the deficiency of iron, iodine, zinc and vitamin A globally in the population is well known. It is reported that almost every third person in the society globally is under stress and having chronic disorders like diabetes, arthritis, allergy, cardiovascular disease, fatigue, and even cancer. At the same time, it is established that the intake of vegetables, particularly green and leafy vegetables, lowers the risk of problem I just mentioned. Vegetable is an immense store of active phytonutrients. Vegetable is considered as the cheapest and most easily available source of carbohydrate, fiber, protein, vitamins, minerals, and amino acids. Dr. Pitham Kalyan would throw adequate light on these in relation to urban population. Friends, you and me know Dr. Pitham Kalyan very well. He does not need formal introduction, but it is customary to introduce the speaker. So, Dr. Pitham Kalyan had his postgraduate doctorate on Commonwealth Scholarship of the Great Britain from the then National Vegetable Research Station, later known as Horticulture Research International, Wellesbourne, UK, and now part and parcel of University of Warwick, UK. Dr. Kalyan is gold medalist. He was awarded HPU Gold Medal and Certificate of Honor and N. Mohan Memorial Gold Medal for first position in MSc. He was awarded Dr. Singh Gold Medal. The other awards, to his credit, he is the recipient of Himotkarsh, Himachal Shri and Himachal Gaurav Awards. For his outstanding contribution to vegetable science, he was awarded Warwick Award, IAHS, Indian Academy of Horticulture Science, Shiv Shakti Lifetime Achievement Award, and the most prestigious Rafi Ahmed Kidwai Award of Indian Council of Agriculture Research. His scientific contributions include 30 development of 30 vegetable varieties and hybrids and made commendable contribution to the improvement of vegetable crops by introducing character or traits for overcoming biotic stresses and quality improvement. Besides, he is credited with introduction of new vegetable crops in India such as broccoli and leek and developing their indigenous varieties as well as popularizing them. Dr. Kalia has contributed in disease resistance breeding in vegetable crop. He contributed significantly in resistance breeding, developing powdery mildew resistant garden pea variety Palm piria, black rot and downy mildew resistant cauliflower variety Pusa Posja and Pusa Shukti. He established genetic mechanism of cytoplasmic male sterility in tropical carrot as well as cauliflower, paving way for hybrid development. And he identified genes which are imparting resistance to black rot disease in cauliflower, which are being used to breed commercial varieties through marker assisted breeding. Dr. Kalia has introgressed beta carotene enhancing our gene in Indian cauliflower, which will go a long way in tackling beta carotene malnutrition problem in India. Dr. Kalia has published more than 100 research papers in journals of repute. Dr. Kalia has guided 5 MSc and 6 PhD students. 3 of his PhD students were awarded Jawaharlal Nehru Award for the best thesis. Dr. Kalia is a fellow of national academies and societies, national and international. He is a fellow of National Academy of Agriculture Science, NAS, Indian Academy of Horticulture Science, IAHS, and Indian Society of Vegetable Sciences and others. He had foreign assignments. Dr. Kalia represented India in APO-sponsored meet in quality and safety standards for fruit and vegetable in Taiwan. He also served as IAEA sponsored training expert on vegetable breeding to scientific staffs in Mauritius. He has been elected as vice chairperson of International Society for Horticulture Science for the Division of Horticulture for Development from August 2018. He is editor, consulting editor for the International Journal of Vegetable Science, published by Taylor and Francis, USA, and is the chief editor of Indian Journal of Horticulture, published by Indian Academy of Horticulture Sciences. So this was in brief. He has a lot of contribution in vegetable science and others. Friends, questions can be raised in chat box or in comment, which would be attended after the talk. Now I request Dr. Pitham Kalyan to deliver his talk. Please, Dr. Kalia, please.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, viewers. Most respected founder and chairman, BSHF. At the outset, I wish to thank the organizer for having given me this opportunity and considered me worth of delivering talk today. My talk, as already has been explained by Professor Singh, is on nutraceutical vegetable health benefits and their urban prospects. So I go along with the presentation. क्या हो गया इसको?
Good.
My talk will
Good.
be outlined in these different aspects. Is okay, sir?
Okay.
It's visible?
Visible.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So, my talk is outlined in these different topics, and to introduce the subject, as I have already portrayed it in the title, the nutraceuticals are the secondary metabolites in plants which are functionally active in human body. These vegetables are good source of these functional elements, making vegetables as protective foods. Vegetables, being the important component of food-based approach, has a lot of potential to be explored as source of nutraceuticals. And in today's world, the breeders or the vegetable improvement scientists are taking note of the quality aspects, including nutraceuticals. So that means that nutraceuticals are now taking shape and getting attention of the uh, vegetable improvement programs in the country, which is a positive sign. So the nutraceuticals is a the term which was coined by Dr. Stephen D. Flies in 1989, which has the value of nutrition as well as pharmaceuticals. And these nutraceuticals are referred to as substances which are considered as food or part of food, and which provides medical or health benefits, including prevention and treatment of diseases. And as such, there are more than 900 phytochemicals which are found in food. And in just one serving of fruits or vegetables may serve about 100 of different phytochemicals. And this nutraceutical is a concept, and as the term is applied mainly to the ingredients and not to the product, because the finished product which is having nutraceuticals is referred to as functional food or fortified food. Now, the food grade nutraceuticals, these are actually the phytochemicals which we have in fruits and vegetables, which have value as a pharmaceutical, and they act as natural antioxidants. They provide us natural colors. They act as functional foods, and they have nutraceutical and dietary supplement value. And especially, they are the important one from scavenging free radicals from our body and protecting us from oxidative damage of these singleton oxygen elements. And the nutraceutical dietary supplements like that of proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, amino acids, minerals, etc., and which are then into the finished product termed as fortified foods, energy boost drinks, sport bars, beverages, etc. These nutraceuticals are grouped into different groups, especially the five groups as mentioned here are like the carotenoids, phenolics, alkaloids, N compounds, organosulfur compounds. And in this, especially carotenoid is a big group which is very important, as it carries most of the bioactive compounds that we need or which are useful for us in our diet, and also organosulfur compounds like glucosinolates and the compounds which we find in alliums. And the need for nutraceuticals of late has emerged at the literacy level is increasing in the country also and elsewhere. They are already there, and especially the consumers now are dissatisfied with the cost of drug and the side effects of the drugs that we consume, and also the non-dependability of the conventional healthcare, which attracts us towards these nutraceutical which have nutrition as well as the uh, pharmaceutical value. So the people are now interested to manage their health through their diet. They want to diversify their diet and want to manage their health themselves, knowing that the importance of these nutraceuticals in protecting us various ailments. So there is a rising health and wellness awareness, and people want to stay healthy. They don't want to get aged, and that's why the all gamut is towards the nutraceuticals. And the new focus is towards preventive medicines. So and holistically, the people are now believing that naturally is good. So their movement is towards natural products for maintaining their health. Now, these bioactive compounds, which are very important antioxidants, these are majorly these different groups which are mentioned here, as also I mentioned before. The carotenoids, which encompasses lycopene, lutein, zeaxanthin, beta carotene, polyphenolics, flavonoids, flavones, anthocyanins, glucosinolates, especially sulforaphanes, indole 3 carbinol, thiosulfides like aline, methine, ethene, and dietary fiber, which is very important, lignin, pectin, cellulose. And there are some other elements like selenium, phytosterol, stanol, saponins, which are important for us. And the sources of these nutraceuticals or bioactive compounds and their health benefits to us. As here in this slides, I have three columns. One is for vegetable group, and then nutraceuticals present in them, and then health benefits they provide. And especially from allium groups, where we have garlic, onion, chive, leeks, bunching onion. They have allyl sulfides, aline, allicin, quercetin, camphorol, many others, but some I have mentioned, which protect us against various cancers, heart problems, and boost the immune system. Likewise, cruciferous crops are mainly these glucosinolates, which also protect us against various cancer, jaundice, liver infection, piles, etc. Solanaceous vegetables, mainly carotenoids, lycopene, beta carotene, capsaicin, as we find in chili, oleoresin, capsanthin, capsorubin, and chlorogenic acid in brinjal. And these also have very important health benefits to us. They protect against arterial diseases, cancer, fight infections, anti-diarrheal, anti-rheumatic, anti-carcinogenic, anti-obesity, and anti-diabetic properties they have. And the umbelliferi group, which includes our major root crops, have also carotenoids, phthalides, acetylines, and acid oligosaccharides. They are also important antioxidants and protect our arteries. Then the composite family, especially the artichoke, which have bioactive compounds, silymarin, and which is important from anti-carcinogenic properties point of view, hepatoprotective, and hypocholesterolemic properties it has. Then beans have mainly flavonoids, isoflavin, protect against cancer, lower cholesterol, and cucurbits, vitamin A, momoldicin, carnitine, which are anti-cancer, anti-diabetic, blood purifiers, hypertension, dysentery, and other things they protect us from. Green leafy vegetables, vitamin E especially, which is also referred to as tocopherol, vitamin C, which is also very important antioxidants, and also inhibit platelet aggregation. Then there are some properties of these nutraceuticals that they are present in the plant, and they have almost similar defense role in plants, as well as they protect us from various problems that is indicated against each of these nutraceutical groups that we have: phenolics, carotenoids, anthocyanins, glucosinolates, omega-3 vitamins, organic acid, and their role in plant as a plant defense and as attractant towards attracting the insects, which helps in pollination, like that, and various health problems that we face, they take care of us. And then specific vegetables, also with the specific nutraceutical or bioactive compounds. Again, in left column, I have listed different vegetables and the specific bioactive compounds present in them in front of that, and the protection they give or the benefits they give us from various ailments. They are almost similar to the ones I have made in other previous slides. And then some other vegetables which also have specific health benefits, and the compounds listed against each of them here, which are full of health and protect us from various problems. And then these compounds, especially the bioactive compounds and the general role they have. What are those compounds? Normally we say flavonoids, and in this we have flavonols. And then what are these flavones? Like quercetin, camphorol, catechins, epicatechin, epigalactocatechin, and gallate, epigalactocatin, gallate, and their source, different crops that has been especially solanation, allium, and the other crops. And the major role they have is towards uh, up increasing the better or best this HDL, and lower the bad cholesterol like LDL, also total cholesterol they lowers. So that is how it is with the, and tumor they protects us on the platelet aggregation. Likewise, the other group of flavonoids is phytoestrogens, which are lignans and cholesterol, which has examples like antolactone, antrodiol, cholesterol, which are present in these crops, and also they have properties like lowering the bad cholesterol and upgrading the best one, like isoflavones, resveratrol, which are very important actually, and they all have a very important role in cholesterol, especially that bad cholesterol they reduce, and the good cholesterol, that is HDL, they increase. Then lycopene, which is in tomatoes and products, other products, tomato products, it also has a very important property of lowering the uh, bad cholesterol. Organosulfur compounds, which is in alliums, especially we find they also have a capability of lowering the total cholesterol as well as bad cholesterol, also lowering the blood pressure problem, thrombosis, carcinogen properties, tumor promotion they reduce. And like that, the important thing that we have the in other bioactive compounds like isothiocyanates, which are in crucifers especially, they have uh, property of lowering the tumor initiation, carcinogen activation, lowering properties, monoterpenes, which are mainly present as essential oils of citrus fruits, like that, and the plant sterols, which are also present in different kinds of oils and olive oils. They also have important properties with respect to the cholesterol lowering things. Then edible colors, which is also linked towards the pigments, which are important in today's world, that we are getting. We want to get rid of synthetic colors, and we want to use natural colors. So from that point of view, it's important that we have red, orange, blue, purple, or black colors, then yellow, cream, or green colors, and which are the pigments which are responsible for providing these colors. They are listed here, like lycopene, beta cyanin, beta keratin, anthocyanin, lutein, and chlorophyll. And against them, each the vegetables are mentioned which are predominant in those which can be exploited for extraction of these colors, and making use as natural colors. Then a lot of varieties were developed in the past through conventional means over the period, which have these compounds in dense, and many of them are being used for extraction of these compounds by some color companies. And like then these have been listed, and along with them we have photographs, which are rich sources of anthocyanin, beta cyanins, lycopene, capsanthin, like that. Then these natural pigments play an important role in ecology and metabolic functions in plants, and they can be exploited as source of nutraceuticals also, to address various ailments of human beings, as I have already mentioned before. And these nutraceutical value of these pigments is based on their recognized biological active properties, and they are used to maintain human health, protect against chronic diseases, and to restore wellness by repairing tissues after disease has been established. So that is very important property, as I mentioned in the beginning, that they have nutritional aspect as well as pharmaceutical aspects. So serving the protective roles, they do, especially against temperature, UV radiation, low water potential, or mineral stress. So their role, especially, is from active defense role point of view against pathogens or insect attack, and they act as attractant for pollination purpose for enhancing seed production. They also have a role in cell level regulation as gene expression modulators, and from natural pigment point of view that we have been exploiting at IARI in developing varieties across the crops, as is evident from here, that we have red carrots which are rich in lycopene, and within this window you find carrots, red one, orange one, and then the cream colored one, which are important from lycopene, beta carotene, and lutein point of view. And also the cauliflower, which orange cauliflower, which we have introduced the genes into Indian cauliflowers to have the orange cauliflower in future. And likewise, the purple heading broccoli, and now we also have purple cauliflower to increase the basket of these colored vegetables, so that to exploit their benefits from health protection point of view, as also from industrial development point of view, as you find here in this beetroot, which is rich in beta cyanine. As you find here, just I have tried to say that these pigment power that we have across the crops, this has been exploited by us in the development of varieties. So varietal wealth has been created for the fresh vegetable consumption by the consumers to get benefited from these pigments and nutraceuticals, and also that these varieties can be exploited. Some of them already are being exploited for extraction of important compounds, which can be used in the as a supplement, as a functional food, or as ingredient of any pharmaceutical value. And you find here that nutraceutical rich carrots, we developed the range of these are live released varieties which are being grown by the farmers from the production point of view, that yield point of view, as well as the nutraceutical compounds point of view. They are the rich one. And similarly, in case of radish also, we have in the past developed these radishes which are rich in anthocyanins, lycopene, and the ones which have component of chlorophyll in the outer periphery, and the lycopene inside, which are quite good from the health as well as from the external quality point of view, for the customers to buy good product and select the product of their choice and use for their health benefits. Then in tomato, normally we have the red one, which is rich in lycopene, but now the purple tomato also has been developed. I mean, through conventional mean also it has come up, but this is the example of the using genes from snapdragon, like Dalila and Rosia one, which has increased the anthocyanin content, and the component of anthocyanin in this purple tomato are delphinidin, petunidin, and malvidin. The other predominant phytochemicals in different vegetable crops, from the color point of view and the pigment in each color group, and the vegetables which are predominantly rich source of these different pigments. Major natural pigments groups like that, we have porphyrins, in which chlorophyll A and B, and which gives green color, and flavonoids, which have anthocyanins and anthocyanin. Anthocyanins especially are flavones, isoflavones, flavonones, and flavans. And these further have different compounds within it, like flavonols or camphorol, quercetin, which are important ingredient of the alliums in some other crop also, and then flavones like these compounds, luteolin, flavonon, then isoflavones, biocanin, cholesterol, which are important one, and flavonones have naringinin, hesperidin, which provide this colorless co-pigments, and the flavones are the catechins especially. And then in carotenoids, we have carotins and xanthophylls. Carotins like lycopene, beta carotene, alpha carotene, gamma carotene, and xanthophylls, the lutein, cryptoxanthin, zeaxanthin, neoxanthin, astaxanthin, canthaxanthin, like that. So these are different compounds which a lot of research is needed now in future to concentrate on these different compounds, establish their specific roles in making our health much more productive for us. And then in coal crops, the important bioactive compounds are glucosinolates, which are organic compounds containing sulfur and nitrogen, and are derived from glucose and amino acids. And holistically, there are about 120 different glucosinolates which are known to occur naturally in plants. And the important enzyme called as myrisinose, when it cleaves off glucose group from it, it gives us active substances like isothiocyanates. And the glucosinolates convert to isothionates, which contain sulfur, and indoles, which doesn't contain sulfur. So holistically, these glucosinolates are anti-cancerous compounds and are useful for various types of cancers, and also protect us from oxidative damage. And these are different types of glucosinolates like isothiocyanate, sulforaphane, glucobrasicin, gluconestrin, indole 3 carbinol, sinigrin. Sinigrin is important because it's present against most of the coal crops. And the total amount of glucosinolates, as well as the specific glucosinolates, they are variable across the species and within species germplasm. That's what is indicated here in this slide. And the variation and the predominance of different types of glucosinolates, especially these are in two groups, aliphatic and phenyl indoles. So in aliphatic, sinigrin is important because it's in high amount in Brussels sprout, cabbage, cauliflower, and kale, whereas glucoraphanin is more in broccoli. So these are the predominant one. Otherwise, they are present in small amount else everywhere. But concentrated breeding program to breed varieties dense in these different glucosinolates is to be taken, and some programs have already been initiated. As you will find in this slide that at IARI we tried to analyze different germplasm or released varieties and the other materials in different groups, especially early groups, mid-early group, and mid-late group. So there is a lot of range of, as in curd and leaf, that is 3.29 to 16.37, 6.88 to 15.43. Likewise in this group also, and here also we find a lot of range, which gives us that the breeding for specific glucosinolate dense varieties is possible because the variation is available. Then the using wild relatives to dense some of the nutrient, especially as you find here, the Solanum hirsutum QTL has been used to dense the color here, as you find, which means that lycopene has been increased. And likewise, the orange tomatoes, which are rich in beta carotene 3 to 6 times than the standard varieties, were developed, and which just one tomato can take care of the entire day requirement of a person of the beta carotene. Likewise, in cucumber also, the one of the wild species, Cucumis sativus variety, Jinshuang benensis, has been used because in cucumber the mesocarp or placentation is not pigmented. So using this Jinshuang bana gourd, the trait has been transferred into the commercial lines, as this gourd was from the China way back in 87, 88, and in the US these orange mass populations were created. But now recently we have found germplasm coming from exploration of NBPGR from northeast, which could be utilized for densing this or introducing this nutrient into commercial varieties in India. Likewise, the nutraceutical analysis of different crops with different varieties within or other improved lines has been carried out, where also the variation range has been quite a lot for each of these compounds: total carotenoids, lutein, phenols, polyphenols, vitamin C, betaine, choline, which indicates that these nutraceutical dense varieties can be developed further, can be enhanced. Likewise, for phenolics also, in we have these different phenolics for each of them in these 5 crops: brinjal, cabbage, cauliflower, carrot, bitter gourd. Again, wherever it was detected, there was a range of it, and which is important sign for developing such varieties. And then antioxidant properties, which has been analyzed through DPPH, FRAP, and SOSA. And here also you can find that there is a range available, which is good for selecting better type and using them in a breeding program. Likewise, for vitamin profile also, especially the individual ones and the total carotenoids, lutein, lycopene, carotene, in all these 5 crops, again, we have a lot of range of these nutrients available. Likewise, in case of fatty acids also, the similar situation we has been found. So for all these compounds, it's possible for us to go ahead with the future varieties which are high in these compounds. Then health benefits of different color groups of fruits and vegetables. As we know that eating a rainbow means the different color, if we include color fruits and vegetables, if we include in our diet, that means we are broadening range of the nutrients into our body, which will protect us. Especially these red fruits and vegetables are good source of these carotenoid, which I have already mentioned: algaic acid, quercetin, and hesperidin, and which mainly for lowering the blood pressure, LDL, reduce tumor growth, etc. And likewise, orange, yellow fruits and vegetables, they also are a good source of beta carotenes, zeaxanthin, flavonoids, lycopene, potassium, and vitamin C. And these also reduce age-related macular degeneration and risk of prostate cancer, lowering LDL cholesterol and blood pressure, etc. Promote collagen formation and healthy joints, and various other best benefits that we have from these. Then green vegetables and fruits. Green vegetables contain chlorophyll, fiber, lutein, zeaxanthin, calcium, folate, vitamin C, and beta carotene. And the nutrients found in these vegetables help in reducing the cancer risk, blood pressure risk, and bad cholesterol levels they reduce, in normalize digestion time, support retinal health and vision, fight harmful free radicals, and boost immune system. Then purple and fruits and vegetables, which are especially a good source of zeaxanthin, anthocyanins, lutein, resveratrol, vitamin C, fiber, flavonoids, ellagic acid, and quercetin. And these also are important against various anti-cancer, this tumor growth benefits they provide to us. Then white fruits and vegetables, contain nutrients such as beta glucans, polyphenol, catechins, etc. And mainly their role is in boosting the immune system. And these nutrients also activate natural killer B and T cells, reduce the risk of colon, breast, and prostate cancer, and balance hormone levels, reducing the risk of hormone related cancers. So these major pigments that we have come across, like anthocyanins, which provide red, purple, and blue uh, uh, color according to the pH, and the term anthocyanins was derived from the Greek words meaning flower and blue, and this is very important antioxidant which protect us from various cardiovascular problems. And the major anthocyanin compounds, the predominant ones are cyanidine, pelargonidine, pionidine, delphinidine, petunidine, malvidine, etc. And the most widespread anthocyanin in fruits is cyanidin 3 glucoside. So its importance, especially is from two reasons point of view, that organoleptic characteristics of the food they provide us, and the human health through different pathways is taken care of. Black carrot, which is mainly rich in acylated type of anthocyanins, which have more shelf life compared to the others, and these acylated anthocyanins have the cyanopic acid and cumaric acid or cinnamic acid. And this is some of the in some of the crops like red cabbage, red radish, red onion, eggplant, black carrot, the anthocyanin milligram per 100 grams are reported here like that. They are rich sources. And the disease preventive role of anthocyanin is especially from cardiovascular, cancer, diabetes, eyesight, including night vision, and antimicrobial, antiviral activity they have. Beta lanes, which are important in beetroot, especially. There are some other rare crops, but from consumption point of view, beetroot is very important source, and it's very also very important antioxidant, which is good for our health. Then carotenoids, which I have already explained, that the all the orange colored products, especially the plant material, are rich sources of carotenoids, and which also have usefulness from our eyesight and general body growth, and as an antioxidant property it has, especially from anti-cancerous properties also point of view, and also from uh, pollinator attraction it serves a lot. So that I will go ahead with this. Then the major important role of these is that they inhibit breast cancer, carotenoids in general, and lycopene inhibits prostate cancer. Carotenoids reduces lung cancer in females. Beta carotene inhibits cell proliferation in carcinogenesis, inhibits cervical, lung, prostate, colorectal, and stomach cancers. That has been reported. And the chili is especially rich source of carotenoids like capsanthin, zeaxanthin, violazanthin, cryptoxanthin, and beta carotene. Capsaicin is also very important from tropical ointments point of view, that its small concentration is sufficient to relieve minor aches, muscle pains, joint pains, backache, peripheral neuropathic pains, osteoarthritis pain, as well as strains and sprains. So, capsaicin, which is present in chili, is explored as a possible cure for diabetics, prostate cancer, and as a also has a pesticide to deter pests possibilities. Uh, Chili-based phytochemicals mainly are capsaicin and capsanthin. Capsaicin is a major flavoring compound, whereas capsanthin and capsorubin are coloring compounds. Chlorophyll is also important, present in the membrane of chloroplast, and it's a real force that nature uses to explode plants into greenery. And there are two types, chlorophyll A and B, that you all are aware of. One of the greatest miracles of nature, which produces a simple sugar, is the chlorophyll. And then the other pigments are curcumin, which is present in turmeric. And turmeric, we all know that it's very important health benefit product, which takes care of all internal wear and tear in our body, besides other usefulness like anti-mitogenic, anti-carcinogenic properties, lower blood cholesterol levels, and improve LDL HDL ratio, and it's a very important anti-inflammatory agent. Then onions also are a good source of flavonoids, organosulfur compounds, which are providing us health benefits, reduce symptoms associated with diabetes, inhibit platelet aggregations, and prevent inflammatory processes associated with asthma. So there are two important classes which are found in onion, the sulfur-containing cysteine sulfoxides, CSO, and more specifically sulfur prop 1 enyl cysteine sulfoxide, which is called as PAXO, and flavonoids flavonol glucosides, quercetin 3 glycoside, anthocyanins, cyanidin 3 glycoside. And there are four major non-volatile cysteine sulfoxides precursors of the volatile compounds found in alliums, like allene, which I have mentioned earlier, also methane, and isoallene, and propene. And brinjal has high alpha glucosidase and alpha amylase inhibitory activity. They are rich in phenolics and anthocyanins linked antioxidant activity. Nasunin, a potent flavonoid present in brinjal, and it is recommended for management of type 2 diabetes. So holistically, these are the health benefits that we derive from all these different pigments and nutraceuticals and other bioactive compounds present in different vegetable crops and other crops also. But here, vegetables we are consuming as our daily requirement. So maximum of benefits we need to make use of these. And now the growing practices that for traditional field crops, that we have varieties. Now the emerging area is protected cultivation, which is also useful for urban areas to grow plants vertically. But for that purpose also we need crop plants. We need varieties which need to be developed, as the open field varieties are not suitable for protected cultivation. And the major crops which are grown in protected cultivation are tomato, capsicum, and cucumber, especially, which grow vertically. And from the same plants we can have so many harvests. So from that point it's important. But the other crops which also have similar growing habit can also be exploited, and varieties suitable for protected environment can be bred, like in bitter gourd, muskmelon, summer squash, etc., where there are possibility, as the germplasm with diversity is available, which can be exploited from that point of view. And the important criteria for development of varieties for protected environment is one. But additionally, along with the varieties suitable for growing, it's important that we also dense those varieties with these nutraceutical compounds and other nutrients, so that those varieties also become suitable, rather other than fresh market, to the industry also. So that, because the production is huge from the controlled environment, and the utility from the fresh production to the other areas, like pharmaceutical industry or for other purposes, they need to be exploited, and accordingly those traits need to be densed into these varieties. So it is from that point of view that we need to concentrate upon developing the varieties which are indeterminate in nature, and has the power to attend the problems that normally emerge from protected environment, like nematodes and soil-borne diseases. So we need to have those varieties resistant or tolerant to these biotic stresses, and also the photoinsensitive and thermoinsensitive varieties are to be concentrated upon. So in that respect, that it's I'm mentioning here tomatoes, which are indeterminate in growth habit, and where we need to have resistance for nematodes, especially mi genes with the marker assisted breeding can be incorporated, along with the enhancement of shelf life, which is important area in tomatoes. So the rin and nor gene with the markers can be rooted into such varieties which are suitable for protected cultivation, along with the densing of the nutrients, especially TSS, acidity, lycopene, beta carotene, etc., and other compounds like the anthocyanin type of nature, so that multiple utility of varieties can be had. And also that they have the SP gene, which helps in having self pruning nature, so that plants have indeterminate hatred with the recessive SP gene. The plant's nature becomes like this, but we need indeterminate architect, so it will avoid the human uh, intervention into the training of the plants. If we have SP gene, then the plant will grow itself. And likewise, the lycopene content, which also different lines, heat tolerant line, which were developed for fruiting at temperature more than 40 degrees Celsius, also had uh, a range of lycopene content, which also gives that sort of possibility that the lycopene dense variety, further dense variety, can be developed with the with such a range that has been observed. Likewise, in capsicum also we have the yellow color, red colored varieties for lycopene and lutein and the other carotenoids, and as also the anthocyanin content we have in these. And the cherry tomato varieties likewise also needs to be looked into, that this one is for lycopene content, and these are the nutritional value of this, which is important, that we need to include cherry tomato in our day-to-day life, so that we get maximum nutrient content available in this. And also the recent variety with the golden fruits having more of the beta carotene content can be exploited for that purpose. Then after having known that for protected environment as well as for open environment, we have varieties with the dense nutrients. Then the new area which is emerging and has already taken off is microgreens, which for which the all almost all vegetables can be exploited, bearing few, but they need to be, the study needs to be done to knowing the nutritional profile of different crops, and the growing practices needs to be established. And this area has a huge potential in uh, entrepreneurship sector, as the demand is increasing, as the people are becoming aware of the nutritional benefits of these and the growing practices that which protect these plants against various abiotic and biotic stresses, as these can be grown in urban or peri-urban areas. They have short life cycle, grown with or without soil, successfully grown using organic manure. So without soil is the important one from that point of view, and there is sources of vitamins, minerals, antioxidant. And micro greens, what are they? These are new class of edible vegetables which are very specific type, with which include seedlings of edible vegetables, herbs, or other plants ranging in size from 8 to 10 centimeter. As you find from this uh, plant, it has two cotyledons and the first true leaf. So that is the right stage of telling what is microgreen, and older than sprouts and younger than baby greens they are. So the sprouts are the germinated seeds with the emerging roots, as indicated here, and microgreens 2 to 3 inches in height across the crops get ready in 7 to 21 days, and baby greens are 4 to 6 inches in height, which takes 21 to 40 days, as you find here, and mature greens are more than 6 inches in height, 40 to 60 days they may take. And the historical aspects behind this is that it was 1930 in North America wheat grass as a medicine, and 1960 sunflower, buckwheat, radish, winter greens, and in 1970 homegrown grasses for health benefits, 1980 crosses, um, and seedlings for garnishing, and 1990 California popularized as vegetable confetti, and in 1998 the first document use of the word microgreen in US, and in 2000 North America distributing fresh microgreens to local market. 2010 microgreens started to appear at grocery stores. That's how the it went off. And the microgreen and sprouts, last talk also it was explained what is the difference between the microgreen and sprouts, as I also indicated that the microgreens are first two true leaf stage, and uh, they need to uh, are needed for flavor and are used for garnishing, and these are the just sprouted seeds, which are sprouts which do not have any leaves, grown in water. Seeds are eaten as such. Takes 2 to 3 days, great for crunch. And these are different commercially grown microgreens wherever the microgreen has taken outside in the outside world, which includes a lot of brassica vegetables, and other vegetables have also been exploited. And detail I'll give you further that why microgreens, because these are for 40 to 50% more nutrition compared to the full sized counterparts. So that means that all those vegetables that I have indicated before can be exploited for that purpose, and because they are rich at full grown stage, but at early stage they have much more concentration of these nutrients, as they are loaded with vitamins, minerals, and good source of polyphenols and antioxidants. They are a powerhouse of energy and help in detoxifying the body, provide distinct delicate structure and unique flavors to the dishes, add color to the dishes, which is very important. And how nutritious are microgreens, like spinach microgreens had higher phytonutrients like vitamin C, B9, K1, and carotenoids, which are beneficial for eyesight. And radish microgreens have extremely high vitamin A and E concentration. And the cilantro microgreen, that is coriander, have high concentrations of vitamin E, which is very important vitamin. And then microgreens like radish, French basil, roselle, mustard, spinach, fennel, carrot, sunflower, onion, fenugreek are good sources of protein and various minerals, vitamin C and provitamin A especially. Then these are the different vegetable crops of which the microgreens have already been are being enjoyed. Those who love microgreens, like red amaranth, we have, which is a good source of anthocyanins as well as lycopene, and also vitamin A, C, K, minerals like calcium, iron. Beetroot, which is also very attractive and has rich in vitamin A, B, K, and those beta-lane. And broccoli for vitamins and minerals, proteins. Cress for again vitamin A, C, sulfur, and also rich in fiber. Dill is also a good source. It has fine feathery foliage and has good flavor also. Fenugreek, which we already aware of its benefits, but at early stage, that's why it's recommended sprouted seeds of fenugreek consumption is good for health. And then kale, which is very important coal crop and very good powerhouse of vitamin C and various antioxidant, and good for flavor. Then linseed, For omega-3 fatty acid, radish, which is a good source of various minerals and vitamins, folic acid. Red cabbage, likewise for vitamins, minerals, and stimulate immune system. Fennel also has higher vitamin K, vitamin C, B, and decreased risk of heart diseases. Then mustard, which stimulate blood circulation and effective against fever and colds. Pea shoots and pea microgreens are also very commonly used by those who love microgreens, and good source of folic acids. Carrot is also being exploited, cancer prevention, anti-aging, and it has phytonutrients like lutein, zeaxanthin. Good. And from the mature stage that we take microgreens, especially in red cabbage, vitamin E 40 times higher than vitamin C, 6 times higher. In coriander, beta carotene 3 times higher, and basil vitamin K 8 times higher. So that indicates the usefulness of these. And beetroot, that is a good source of these carotenoid, folic acid, pectin, betaline, flavonoid, ascorbic acid, various minerals, fibers. Full grown one, but the it's microgreens, as I have indicated before, much more densing of these nutrients, maybe further good for health. And then these are other compounds that beetroot is rich in, that increasing the insulin secretion, decrease the cholesterol level, restore activity of antioxidant enzyme, inhibition of lipid peroxidation, increase utility of insulin. And these are the different uh, uh, nutraceuticals which the red beets are rich in. So it has many benefits. Then kale, I have mentioned that its microgreen can be grown, and kale varieties are released in India, which are good source of various nutrients, anthocyanins, phenols, ascorbic acid, lycopene, and chlorophyll. And likewise leek, in allium group onion I have already mentioned, but leek is another allium crop which is also good source of various nutrients and can also be made use of for the microgreens. And bunching is another allium which plant look like this, but its microgreens can also be enjoyed for harvesting maximum nutritional benefit from it, that is indicated here. And likewise switchard is also belonging to the beetroot group, but it's a leafy vegetable. And the range of varieties with the different colors, with lycopene and lutein and other phytochemicals, different varieties are available. And this is also very friendly to microgreens and good source of these vitamin A, K, C, and magnesium, and good for especially heart, lungs, and kidneys, keep them healthy. Then chili hot pepper, microgreen also can be enjoyed, and for the nutritional benefit, like for capsanthin, capsorubin, and capsaicin, it's important. Likewise, red amaranth, which is good source of lycopene as well as anthocyanins, and it's from the picture itself, it shows that it must be very rich in these two compounds, and its microgreens can be made use of. So this is some of the nutritional profiling of brassica vegetables, of microgreens, which was carried out, and uh, for minerals, especially uh, uh, indicated here. Phyloquinine is a vitamin K, tocopherol, vitamin E, ascorbic acid, beta carotene, and microgreens nutritional profile is indicated, which shows that these are quite good, but the different varieties can also be analyzed to find out further rich varieties in these different compounds. To create different, because radish is also microgreen friendly, and this program is being carried out at IARI. One of my students who is looking forward for bringing in different nutrients to magic population creation, and from this you can find out that varied type of the plant material he has been created. And from the leaf also you find the totally red ones and the black rooted one, so which could be good for microgreen creation and microgreen farming purpose. And so these are the details of this, and the roots looks like this, where the concentration of these pigments, especially anthocyanins and lycopene, has been indicated, which is quite good, that one can enjoy the roots as well as uh, microgreens. So there is a lot of potential from that point of view for microgreens, as you find for the rainbow carrots you have here, as indicated that through different color pigments you get nutrition enhancement. These are some of the slides now which I have taken from our last presentation, last week presentation, that they have gone for, but is economics, that Ayurved Pro Green hydroponic they have used, and they have mentioned that it's from the entrepreneurship also, it's quite profitable business is it's going to be. So profitability is there, so one can venture into, and as the demand in metropolitan city is big, therefore one has to venture into this and make profit from this and provide nutritional uh, benefits to the consumers. And so these sprouts for health and happiness, there's a range of health benefits which has been indicated here, which also have I have mentioned before. And these are important sources of amino acid, which are building blocks of protein, pectins, sugars, antioxidant, high content of polyphenols, ascorbic acid. And these microgreens, that they contain 4 to 40 times more nutrients than mature vegetables. Great source of antioxidant, wider variety of polyphenols they have, elevated levels of vitamins like K, C, E, lutein, and beta carotene they have. And these microgreens have a average 5 times the level of vitamins than their mature counterparts. So that is holistically, because across these different crops that I have mentioned, these different compounds are available. So getting source of these to get health benefit of like that, promoting heart health, keep blood sugar level in check, lower cancer risk. So that's where the utility of these is there. And besides that, these microgreens also have supporting brain functions, uh, and also phytoestrogen functions. So that is the hormonal uh, balancing in the body, which is important for staying healthy and stable. And also from these neuro related different problems which are from brain functions. Also, if the microgreens are included into diet, or their consumption is increased daily, it will be helpful for staying further healthy. Now, this sector has a lot of entrepreneurship, as I mentioned before. So there is one Krishi Kes, which is in Delhi itself, Chhatarpur area, who used to be linked to us, very innovative and progressive type, looking venturing into the different areas, and they have created market for themselves. For they are also doing microgreens. Apart from that, edible flowers, exotic vegetables, mushrooms, kombuchas, and they are selling them to. They have contact with hotels, restaurants, cafes, and retail stores across India. So they are making available these, and they are especially growing these microgreens of red amaranth, radish. Benefits I have already explained: beetroot, onion, red cabbage, coriander, purple radish, mustard, basil, pea shoots, sunflower, Swiss chard. And like that, if you are entering into making available these things, you have a lot of people involving into this business, creating these trays or these sort of containers which are required. And as the things progress, like in hydroponic, this type of facility needs to be created, which itself is a big area which is yet to develop in that uh, way. It's important. So the future prospects are very many, based on that functional foods we can make available to the society, to the people. So the future prospects are large, developing varieties which are rich in these different compounds, and also that uh, these nutraceuticals and functional foods, not only to meet domestic demand but also cater to international market needs. But that is a holistic thing, that the at microgreen stage, so the area from seed production point of view also get benefited, because the farmers will be involved for seed production. That seed demand for microgreens will increase, but you need seeds for growing full crop, maybe contract farming, full crop for pharmaceutical industry. So a lot of futuristic potential is there, and more studies are needed to be established to real implications of pigments in health promoting properties. So that area is still open, that a lot of research needs to go into this to establish various things, right the from backward linking to the forward linking, uh, from the mechanism of action, absorption, bioavailability, and metabolic fate of these nutritional nutraceutical compounds needs to be established. And microgreens have potential for providing nutrition and addressing various health issues. So the conclusion can be that pigments have multiple roles in human health protection and maintenance. Different pigments in a well-balanced diet is key to the prevention therapy for a range of chronic diseases, and a reduction in cardiovascular problem, cancer, and other chronic diseases linked to the consumption of anthocyanins, beta-alanine, chlorophyll, and carotenoids, as explained in detail. And these pigments act as enzyme inhibitor, activator, anti-inflammatory agents, antimicrobial, etc. So the most of the human disease preventive properties of plant pigments is related to antioxidant capacity of these pigments, and the potential preventive benefits to humans from the consumption of fruits and vegetables are very much related to their phytonutrient content. To sustain developing nutraceutical industry, efforts on developing nutraceutical dense vegetable varieties suitable for different conditions, that for open, for protected condition, and of course those varieties can be exploited from microgreens point of view, established with the health benefits, and should be given emphasis for judicious use of the high production of these crops. So, as I indicated earlier, that production is very high of these crops. So, if we link them with these different benefits of the nutraceuticals, there will be win-win situation for farmers, for consumers, for industrial development in the country. And microgreen nutrition profiling potential of potential crops, economized growing practices, standardization, awareness creation amongst masses, and commercialization is a need of the day. So that is holistically very important. And with that, I thank you all for your patient hearing.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kalia, for giving us a very lengthy talk, more than an hour. Very informative. I will talk little later, but let me have the moderation from Dr. Shailendra Rajan. I request Dr. Shailendra Rajan kindly moderate the talk.
Thank you very much. We had a great presentation by Dr. Kalia, which shows his long experience in the area where he was working for the particular breeding and developing varieties with which having more functional compounds, bioactive compounds, and other uh, 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 I should say vitamins and others. So, as we all know that now the vegetables are becoming important, and sometimes we say treat through vegetables. And what is the principle behind it? He has cleared the basics and advanced in an advanced way, and all the profiles of different most of the vegetables were covered, whether it is important or not important, but consumed under Indian conditions. He has simplified the description and very well grouped different bioactive compounds and other antioxidants and the different members and how those are important, and their different groups were again very much explained. He has also well augmented the information because getting this type of information on the vegetables at one place, it is very rare. How the lycopene, organosulfur compound, those are important for the cholesterol, HDL. This is one of the important thing. Why colored vegetables are important? Mostly we don't know. We say the colored vegetable are important, but after listening his talk, it has become clear, mostly clear to us up to great extent. And why the bioactive compounds are important, which vegetable it is, why it is related with the pigments, it has also been made clear to us. The beautiful vegetable make the people vegetable, make the people colorful and beautiful. That is there. The beautiful means the rainbow, as he already mentioned. It is important because these all colored vegetables are important for our health, and especially carrots. He has given lot much information on the carrots and why these are important. Anthocyanins also in carrots. These are very uh, important, particularly for different type of cancers. These are important as far as these are having. Sometimes some of the vegetables have colorless flavonols. He has mentioned those are also important for health. Then glucosinolates, particularly in cold crops, the variability of glucosinolates and the variability in the crop varieties, it has been very well explained by him. So these glucosinate rich vegetables are becoming important. Their breeding is also important. Those that has been explained by him. And the color from the wild relatives, particularly the Solanum hirsutum, how it is important, we could see in one of the slide. Then introduction of the carotenoids in the cucumber, the cucumis. This is something new for us, and it is important as far as health is concerned. And vitamin profile of most of the vegetables have been very well given in tabular form comparison, and particularly the fatty acid description was also important. Not he has not underestimated the green vegetables. Mostly we say go for the green vegetables. He has not underestimated the green vegetables and their health benefit. That was important for all of us. And importance of black carrot, we could understand how these traditional carrots are important and the chemoprotective role of for their prostate, lung, and breast, and other colon and other types of cancers. The specific utility and specific varieties for the protected cultivation, these are important, becoming important. He has indicated how the progress is being made and how the different types of genes are being incorporated. And in nutshell, the breeding is also now being linked with all these aspects, particularly not only by phytochemicals, but also the area, the environment where those crops are being grown. So nutritional benefits of the colorful microgreens has he has dealt in detail. He has not left any crop, not only important crop, but the other crops which are not that important in their health benefits. Why fresh vegetables are now considered as a medicine, we could know from his excellent talk, and we compliment him for the great efforts made by him and the presentation made by him, which was useful for all of us. And as we know that some of the listeners have graded this talk as one of the most important talk of this series. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan. There are a lot of appreciation, including me. I appreciate the amount of labor he has put in to prepare this talk and making it very comprehensive for those who love themselves, who wants to be, am I audible? Am I audible? What is the problem?
बहुत कम है सर, आवाज कम हो गई। आवाज
Shubham?
कम है सर,
No,
Okay,
sir, you
I
are
can.
audible.
आवाज कम है सर, आवाज कम है।
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, sir, it's audible.
आवाज
It's
कम है
clear.
सर।
अरे कालिया साहब कुछ मशीन लगा लो, ये कह रहा है शुभम ठीक है आवाज मेरी।
अच्छा ठीक है फिर,
व्हाट
है सर,
दैट?
ठीक है।
हेलो,
Yes, sir, it's clear, sir.
इट्स क्लियर?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
master says it is clear, it's clear. Anyway, I will try to speak loudly.
हाँ, ठीक।
So, Dr. Kalia's effort, I think I will summarize later, but let me first wish you happy Holi, the coming Holi. And my request to you all, play with colors which Dr. Kalia has advocated, the vegetative colors. And not only play with that, eat them in your daily diet. Make it a habit. Make your diet colorful. And he has highlighted the importance of these colors from our health point of view. Nothing can be explained. I think better than Dr. Kalia has explained and organized his talk. Whether you see the color or you see the particular vegetable or you see the problem or the nutrition in it or nutraceutical property of that and the mode of action, everything he has covered nicely and in such a though I say the long talk one, but limited period, keeping in view the content he has delivered. Vast one. He must have worked very hard to compile these and put up them in such a way that they are there. The important thing which I want to convey here, please see that how important the vegetables are and how important they are for the urban population. Our objective, this webinar series is biased towards the urban horticulture. So he has clearly brought out how the urban people be benefited by purchasing the vegetables of different color, different varieties and all that, but how they can produce also, that's also he has given that. Without any land, etc., whatever land is available in that, through protected cultivation. And the other one which he has time and again emphasized, microgreens. Microgreens, phytonutritical importance he has, I think, highlighted to the extent that one should be crazy for it and look for it, and don't look for it, produce yourself in the house, as he has told. It's very easy to grow, and he has given a wide range of vegetables of which the microgreens can be grown, and he has highlighted the I think importance of each of one. And I'm sure those who have attended his talk, they will play his talk on YouTube or wherever it is available time and again and consult it and advocate to others. Very comprehensive, detailed one, and very clear cut. No confusion at all. Everything very clear, and I'm personally very happy. The vegetables which I'm also promoting, he has come out. The vegetables are really important. Whether someone agrees or not, one should lay emphasis on vegetables in their diet along with fruits and keep the doctors at bay. Kindly adjust your family budget enhance the family budget on vegetables, and it automatically will reduce your budget on medicine. What you are, I think, every family every day is spending on. So that is very clear, and if even the few people are benefiting with that, we will be very happy that our efforts of Dr. Kalia have been fruitful, and we will continue to emphasize on that. And he has clearly said that the natural is nice. So, natural means fruits and vegetables, what we take in the diet, they have got the nutraceutical properties, and which he has described nutrition as well as pharmaceuticals, medicine as well the nutrition, both are combined in that. So why not to take them in appropriate quantity what the dietitians have prescribed? We should make it a habit that the vegetables are important. And see, all colors are there in vegetables, and every color's importance he has clearly brought out. Every color has got its importance and benefit for the human health. So eat all color vegetables, and this don't avoid the greens, because greens are also very important, and leafy greens are much more important, and growing of leafy greens is easier than others in short duration, whether you grow through the hydroponic or the latest one, green one, the other form of that, whether you grow it horizontally or vertically, whatever, they are amenable to the latest technologies. So I think there is no question, lot of appreciation only on that. Is not Subham? Is there any question?
No, sir, no more questions.
Okay,
No
okay,
question.
okay, okay. Thank you. So with these words, I thank profusely Dr. Pitham Kalyan for putting a lot of efforts, and he is an example for with due regards to the speakers who are going to speak subsequently for 2 to 3 months, that how the webinar should be. It is an example. Rightly he has put up an example. I consider it an exemplary webinar on the important topic which concerns one and all, whether you are India or abroad. Anyway, food is important, and in the food, the importance of vegetables, particularly from the pharmaceutical point of view, leaving aside the nutrition, he has highlighted so that you can reduce your budget on medicines. So with these words, I thank one and all. Thank you very much. We have taken a little extra time. We meet next Tuesday. Subham, could you display the next, the flyer for the next is, interesting one.
Thank
Urban soilless horticulture by a experienced person, Sairam Reddy. He will be speaking on soilless horticulture, which is picking up, and he has got his establishment starting from Hyderabad to other places. So happy Holi to all. Thank you so much.
Okay, okay, sir. Good night. Thank you very much,
Good night,
and happy Holi.
Good night. Ji. Thank you. Ji.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.